Hello and welcome, my lovely Gemini. Gemini, your card in tarot is the Lovers card. Your message is to follow the wisdom of your heart, the two becoming one, recognizing your sincere other. Alright, me being the Queen of Clovers, the Queen of Wands, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. I also seek to raise the light with unconditional love and gratitude. So I approach you with many thanks for all your likes, subscribes, comments, and views. Again, tap that bell if you haven't yet. But yes, I'm very grateful for all your support of my channel. And the messages that I've been putting out there have obviously been helping you. And I do feel that connection, that exchange of energy is lovely for me, you guys. Alright, this is also your weekly intuitive energy and card reading. That would be Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and House positions, and cross watchers. But remember, it is a general reading and still will not apply to all. It is for the week of October 14th through 20th, 2019. Remember, time is a pretense, and these could be past, present, or future energies. In other words, hang around for the entirety of the reading for general Gemini messages that should pop up. I'm doing a 3-card reading today. Just a problem, the problem, the complication, and the likely result for this week, because we are dealing with Aries full moon energy from October 13th, 2019, Sunday. It's beautiful. They called it a mini moon because it's very far away from the earth, but it is still quite beautiful. It's the only light we're going to have for a little while, because obviously a new moon will follow. And of course we have Halloween coming. This full moon is represented by the 4 of Wands. It's all about reunions, returning to home and stability after difficulty. But full moons are also about purging, about letting go, about removing things from your life and letting, banishing them into the veil. The veil is thin when there is a full moon, and if you try and bring things in, you might bring things in across the veil. So be careful. That's why we focus on purging during the full moons. We also have Venus and Mercury in Scorpio, and we are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. Scorpio is a bit the death card. It is the unapologetic sex bomb when Venus in Scorpio, but it is also about unmasking this, revealing the shadows, revealing the other person that you used to be, giving up that other person used to be even. But a lot of unmasked villains still continuing in our lives. But I've noticed some unmasked lovers popping up in my personal readings. I'm just hoping it pops up in some of my generals here for everyone. All right. Let's see what problem my Geminis are working through right now. What are you working through right now? Okay. Ooh. It just had to flip itself upside down. This is the complication. Ooh. And the likely result. Okay. The swords have crossed. The pence have crossed. Okay. A 2 upright is a kind of a balancing act. A will we or we won't we. 2s are also coming into a new beginning, but from the ace, from the inspiration of the ace, or the icky of the ace, if it was in reverse. But basically, 2s are like, how long am I going to put up with this problem before I take that, I have the problem and I need to take the next step and then move into the 3, where it becomes more of a public matter. But when it's swords, you never want to cross the swords. When it's pence, you never want to cross the pence. It's your resistance toward that. When it's in reverse, the pence have crossed, and you've realized that it's a bad situation. It's like, I've tried to balance this and hold these things apart for so long, but it's impossible to succeed. A King of Wands is the complication. This is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in your energy. It's likely their finances and your finances have crossed in ways that are uncomfortable. It might be time to separate your finances from this person, or because they're in the upright, it might be time for you to take on some responsibility of your own. It might be your energy pulling on this fire energy, and this kingdom, the King of Wands, is very kingdom building energy. It's very supporting energy. It's building the supports for your dreams to come true, or for you to succeed. It's not helping you succeed. This is this could be somebody who's not helping you, but they're trying to help you, I think, because they're in the upright. But moreover, it feels more like the complication is that the very complication for you Geminis is that your success, nobody's going to give you your success or your financial stability. It's going to be something, people will support you in getting you there, but it's nobody, there's no free ride, I guess. Spirit says no, it's not really like that, because Geminis do their part in this one, but it's just not enough. It's created an imbalance, a bad one, and you know, we have a Judgment card. We have it in reverse, and this is an ending, and it's something you don't want to end. It's a disconnection that you don't want to stop. Probably because it was full of rife with benefits, but this is that geez, I don't even know, but either this person is taking from you or you're taking from them, but whatever it is, it's got to stop. You've got to come into that new energy. You've got to release. It does feel like a dependency just because of the kingdom building, and so somebody is a little overwhelmingly dependent on this kingdom. It could be yours. Let's pull some qualifiers, some clarifiers for this Two of Pence. See what this is that we're working with, because it definitely does feel like it could be your kingdom that is being infiltrated here. Ooh, could have a Leo in your energy with the Strength card, but this is you taming that financial beast. It's the strength to let it go. It's the strength to disconnect. It's the strength to change the path. Really change the path, your financial path. It sucked, so you're going to cut it off. It's going to end, and you're going to strength to start over. It's just a reset. It feels like more like a reset. It does frighten you a bit. It makes you nervous, makes you unsure, but you're pulling on the string. You know you're strong enough to do this. It's like, but I don't want to do it. Yeah, another 2 in reverse. Those swords have crossed. I think I said it to begin with. The swords have crossed. This means, okay, this is balancing something and trying to keep the swords apart. It's one of the readers I know, when we were talking about this card, she said it's kind of like you have 2 kids that fight all day long, and it's the middle of summer, and you've just put them on opposite sides of the room, and you're just trying to keep them apart for as long as you can so you can get them back to school and forget this ever happened. Of course, that's never going to happen. You know, in minutes and hours, they'll be at it again. The swords will cross. They will cross again. So this is that feeling that the swords have crossed. Never cross the streams, team. But it's just that, like, okay, it's happened. It's not... It's an inevitability that this balance was not going to last. 2s were not going to last ever. But you got a lot of you need a lot of 3 energy, and 3 energy would be because you need to move forward, and a lot of that 3 energy, 3 threes would be the welcome of spirit and being surrounded by your guides. Okay, yeah, a death card. Could have a Scorpio in your energy, but it's really, this is this King of Wands energy. It has an empty cup, and an empty cup for you. This is the past energy. Death is about past energy, and it's about releasing. You're mourning your past self, the past self that has to be left behind, and the past that has to be left behind, because it really wasn't what it all was meant to be. With this Ace of Cups in reverse, it wasn't good. It seemed okay. It was all right, but it was not good for at least one of you was not making it out very well. And I feel like there were perks to it, though. There were things that you liked about it. And I don't feel like it's a break in a relationship. It's a change in a relationship. It's a change in resources in a relationship. It doesn't have roommate energy, it has family energy. It could be a spouse though, but it has that energy of, this change that's going about, that it's going to be good for everyone, because in the complication here, it's just somebody was holding on to too much of the sadness alone, or the difficulty alone. I wouldn't say just the sadness, just the difficulty of things. And, oh, it is another person. It could be a parent, because they do worry. It's not that they don't want, and if it's you, it's not that you don't want to give to this person or give to this situation freely, and it's just there's only so many dollars. There's only so much energy, so much spirit one can give out before they are drained. And it's moving away from that draining situation, from that limited love situation. It's a limiting situation, a very just lonely, even just a difficult. It's you're so focused on one thing that it's like you don't have real life, even though you may be fighting really hard for it. You know, major change though. Judgment card, I have the Queen of Swords in the upright. That is you. You're getting rid of something. You're going to make... Oh, that's a lot of cards, my gems. But this is good. Alright. What you're getting rid of. A wish that was not a good wish. I wish you're hoping this star falls from the sky and drops in the ocean, because it didn't bring happiness. It brought lack. It brought being left out in the cold. There was a loneliness about it even, but you're ready to go. You're ready to do this. This is not something you're resistant about, Gemini. This is something you're ready to move forward to. You're ready to remove what needs to be removed. You're ready to do the work. This is, the Queen of Wands is often shown as getting out of her chair, because she's about to get out of her chair and swing her fucking sword. I mean, the Queen of Swords. And you guys are going for it, right now. It's like, this Judgment card almost feels, because it does have a childlike feel, like a transition from a child, like, you know, to the child that pays rent in the home, as opposed to just the child that, you know, it's just a child, and it kind of has that feeling, but it doesn't bother. You know, you're ready for the challenge. You knew it was coming, kind of thing. Either you or the person that you're placing this challenge on. I really feel it's you, Gemini, just being like, okay, I will do this now. I can do this now. I'm capable now. You know, it has that feeling, and this is you abandoning that wish upon a star of, you know, perhaps a bit, when you are that child in the life, in the relationship, there are things you have to, there are perks, sure there are perks, but this is you going, you know what, the perks aren't really that great anyway. I know somebody's suffering through this, and it could be you very well suffering through this. I do feel that in some situations, this is you, putting the wood down on somebody and sitting on the pine. You know, benching somebody for their misbehavior, and they got it. The message is here, and you guys are you're leaving behind this nasty situation. There's a nasty situation. It'd be like leaving a bad lease, or it's just moving on. There's a sense of moving on, but it's also a sense of like a change in energy, in the way the energy flows over itself. Let's pull some cartomancy, see what kind of lines we have for you. How the energy plays out. This is just how with the numerology and how the energy plays out in the timeline of your life. Okay. For the week, I have the 10 of Swords. Yeah, there's a bit of a betrayal, a little bit of pain with this, but it's the end of it. It's over. You're coming out of it. How are we coming out of it? Oh, you're also ending a financial situation, a cycle. And it might not have been that great, but you're going to take a moment to breathe in some luxuries. This is kind of like when I buy roses, even though I really shouldn't spend the $13 from the market on crummy roses. They're still so much more beautiful than no roses at all. It kind of has that simple luxury of, I just got out of a disaster, with the 2 of Diamonds even in reverse, that you've been able to take this to the end quite quickly. Let's close this off and let's go on to something better. Four of Hearts. It's the resting your heart because you need to work. Yeah, this is definitely putting some financial investment in something. I do even get that maybe there's some money that needs to be spent in a business venture or in an effort, a plan that you are part of, in a group that you need to start. If you don't like the way it is, you guys need to start. It's like pumping in resources into an area of your life. It's a really good energy because it feels like, as opposed to kind of wishy-washy, kind of flowing along, it feels like plugging in. Okay, we're buying this new microphones for the bands so we can record everything properly. You know, it has that energy, that like that one thing. I remember in with the Wild Stallions in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, at the end, they finally said, remember when we talked about actually learning how to play our guitars or maybe doing this? It's time to actually do that. And it's that sense of, you know, not necessarily that you are so dopey as Bill and Ted to not have actually learned how to play guitar yet if you want to be a wild stallion. This is more like, this is more that energy of like, you know, like something smaller, that, you know, taking care of that task, really putting the resources, the energy, the finances, your heart and soul behind something that just your really work, actually. Just the work part of it that you might need to do. Might need to learn a software, might need to, you know, just buy a piece of equipment, save up and buy that piece of equipment. It has that energy of really putting your part in the group, plugging it in. It's not necessarily the group. This could be a solo plan of yours that you are entirely, there's nobody else involved here. There's really not that many other people. This star could be an Aquarius, but I didn't feel that. I felt you letting go of just wishing, overly wishing, you know, buying the lotto and doing nothing else. It's giving up, that is what it felt like. But there's not a lot of people here. It's air energy. That could be you. And even though I have the Queen of Hearts here and the Joker, these are both upright. So these are, and the Eight of Hearts is balancing your emotions. Again, it's a repeater card of the Eight of Cups, walking away. But when you're walking away, you're walking towards your own light. You're seeking your own light. And that's what's very important. This is integrating your own light, your own emotions, your own spirit, your heart, really balancing it out into these things. Joker is upright, is the Fool card, really, in cartomancy. It is that willingness to take the leap of faith, take the risk, do the work. The risky work, take the chance. You know, we are still in Libra season. That is flirting with things. You're not just gonna flirt with things in this reading. This is all about establishing something more physical, more grounding, to take you out of that blah 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 energy. It's no longer telling people that you're a novelist, but actually sitting down to write pages of that novel. It's actually doing the work and coming into, you know, moving your resources into that work, as opposed to just dabbling, you know, oh, I write a paragraph here or there, and completely unconnected work. No, this is like, I have pages done, chapters done. They're popping out now because, it's just that turn of that realization, that mask you're wearing. It feels like you've taken off the mask of, you know, my heart's in it, I love it, I dream it. No, this is you actually putting your heart and shit in it, and your heart and your work too. With this Three of Diamonds here, you're also putting work into it. So it is physically grounding it. It's actuality. I've picked up a lot of artists from my Geminis, a lot of musicians especially, or producers, recorders, people making their own art in their homes, in a corner of their homes. And this is over, you know, this is what, week 27 of my readings. And frankly, it's the Spirit ain't giving you no inspiration. You don't need no fucking inspiration. You do need to work on your home. Oh, no, you don't. Dear goodness. A lot of 10s, a lot of 9s. This is, you don't need no fucking inspiration. Seriously, that's what that is. That is, you've got shit going. You don't need no new beginning in love because you've got it all going on. Look at that. Nines are the physical completion cards. This is a wish come true in love, a wish come true in finance. They're both in a good position. This is in reverse, but it's never really a bad card. It is because it signals emotional maturity as well. And this is physical maturity. This is being able to take care of yourself. And this is absolutely the home card and the nostalgia card, bringing that into your home. There's a beauty about home here. And it has that returning feeling. And of course, we have tens. I have the 2 9s here back to back, the 2 10s here to start the cartomancy spread, and another 10, this 10 of burn-ins, and your 7 of cups in your options. This decision you're making, it makes it easier to give up to 8 of cups. Look at that, double time. It makes it easier for you to give up your, you just give up nonsense. You just start to, get rid of the burdens that are in your way. Now that you're putting money one way, you know your drinking money's out the window, your weed money's out the window, you're going to the movies money is out the window, and that just really opens up a lot of time for you too. But it has that sense of just suddenly you have options open. Suddenly people see you working hard and meaning something, and when they see that, other options will open. And I'm not just talking about options in love, boyfriends, girlfriends, and whatever. So I don't see that here. I see this as definitely your passion imbued. So, oh, Gemini, this is really good because it's very Aries energy, that Aries full moon, and just taking it and taking control and moving forward, permission to move forward. You are protected in spirit because your heart is really in this. There's so much love and passion, just love, really love, and just, this is what you love, heart's desire. All right, Gemini, thank you for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip, or donate. PayPal link is in the below, as is my email, cuteclovers1111@gmail.com, should you wish to book a personal reading. They'll be limited this week. I'm still working on getting ready to move in November. But all the information is in the box below. And have a very, very good week, Geminis. I doubt that you can have anything but